Hi, I'm Dusty Gibbs with Gibbs Garden Center, and today we're going to be showing you exactly how it is that we plant this mixed hanging basket that we have in front of you here. First off, we're going to start with using a 16-inch cocoa moss Ostrom hanging basket. I've already got my Bacto potting soil in there. Now when you put your potting soil in, you do not want to fill it all the way up to the top. When you get finished planting, you want the surface of that dirt to be about 1 inch below the top. That way when you water it, all that water is not just shedding off. It'll actually hold a little bit of water to work through that dirt and water the plants. Also, starting out, you're going to want to put 1 ounce of this Fertilome bedding plant food in it. Just take you 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons, which would be the same thing, pour it on the top, but you do want to mix that into that dirt. You don't want to just leave it all on the surface. What we're going to be using here today are 2 of the large lilac blue verbena, and you want to put them directly across from each other in that pot. Also, we're going to be using 2 of the Royal Velvet Supertunias, and you want to do the same thing with those. We're going to end up with a total of 6 plants in this mixed pot, 3 different varieties using 2 of each one, and you want both of those directly across in that pot. All right, the third plant we're going to use is a Supertunia Mini Silver. So when you get them set out, you're going to want 6 plants in there, 3 different varieties, both of them just straight across in the pot. But you might want to have you a container sitting nearby in case you got to take a little bit of dirt out of your pot, because you do have quite a bit in the roots of these that you're going to be adding back. First we're going to put our verbena in here. And when you plant these, you want the top of that dirt to be level with the top of the dirt that you've got in your pot. You don't want to put it in there real deep and put a bunch of dirt up around it, or let that root ball be sticking out a lot. So you're just going to put them, get them all planted. And like I said, you want to keep your varieties straight across from one another. And that's going to cause it to mix through evenly. All right, now when you get them all in there, just check the surface of your dirt. Make sure you've got it down about 1 inch like we talked about, where that pot will hold some water instead of just running off when you water it. All right, now we put our Fertilome bedding plant food, the 1 ounce of it in there. Now look, these plants are heavy, heavy feeders, so you're going to have to use lots of fertilizers if this is the results that you're going to expect to get. So another product that we also use is an Osmocote. Now it's just a pelleted prill, which is a time release fertilizer. You can just take the top off of it, and it's got a little spoon in it, so you'll know how much you're putting in it. But take you about 3 of those spoonfuls and just work it around also. Now like I said, this is a time release, and on the directions of this, it's going to probably tell you that it lasts about 3 months, which is heat activated. And with our experience with it, it actually lasts about 2 months in our climate, because it's based on 2 months at 80 degrees, and our summers just don't stay at 80 degrees, so it's not going to hardly last as long. Also, which I'm out of and don't have here, but Fertilome also makes a water-soluble plant food. Now, if you want the results that you're seeing here, every 7 to 10 days, you're going to want to use some type of good water-soluble fertilizer. It's just going to give those just that extra little that they need to continue to look like that throughout the growing season. All right, as you can see, most of the plants we're using here are pretty compact, and that's what you want, but at time to time, some of them will get a little leggy on you, and you can see this verbena is just a touch leggy. So if you leave that like that, it's not going to want to mix through that pot like what we're trying to achieve. So to do that, what you're going to do is just take it and gather it up, and at about 2 to 3 inches, just cut that off. Now I know you're cutting your blooms off and people hate to see that, but what that's going to do is it's going to cause that to branch right where you cut that, and instead of already being leggy and big and just growing and filling out that section of the pot, it's going to cause it to mix throughout that pot and get this look, which is what we're trying to achieve here. Pretty much all we like doing now is watering it in. Now make sure you keep up with your tags, and you want to stick those in there pretty deep where you keep up with them and don't lose them. That way you can keep up if there's something in that container that you didn't like or something you like more of. You'll know exactly next year exactly what you used in this container to get what you was going for. Again, we truly appreciate you tuning in, and if we can ever help you with anything, please let us know.